Howdy folks, Justin here. We took a week off because I had a bunch of stuff I had to do, and I got Divinity Original Sin 2, which ate up a bunch of my time. So I have not had time to really play a lot of Legends this month. I'm going to cram these last few days in with some decks that were all suggested to me by viewers. So this is Jaytee's Animal Scout deck with Spriggans aplenty, and we're going to hop right on into Ranked with it. The deck list is right there on the left. I like the look of the list. It's going to be fun. I haven't actually played with Pure Blood Elder yet. We also have Shadow Green Elder, so we're rocking the Elders today. And our first opponent is Rasui. So you guys are going to learn to play the deck with me, and that's going to be the theme all week as we play 5 or 6 different decks that y'all submitted to me. So let's rock and roll. Our opponent is playing Archer. He's a Genius Gardener, and this looks like a pretty good hand. Got everything we can need here to shut down an early aggressive start. I assume this card is Murkwater Witch. I'm sorry, Murkwater. Goblin Skulk, forgive me. Because of the cards I have in my hand, I'm going to shut down the Shadow Lane now.
If I fall,
and then decide which of these is better next turn. We're going to get moving.
What have we here?
Thieves Guild Recruit, okay. You know, I don't mind just Murkwater Witching that. But I would prefer to Thieves Guild Recruit. Okay, you got a Moonlight Werebat. Not a card you see in Scout a whole lot anymore, so hopefully, you know, if we can pull that off of a prophecy, we could catch some people off guard. Okay. There's Giant Bat. Let's just swing and play our Tree Minder. Now you could lane shift this guy, get a bunch of value. That'd be real bad for us. We can witch it down and trade this guy in. But maybe he just really wants that contract. Maybe he just really wants to take over the Shadow Lane, which I think is okay. Well, now what's happening now suggests to me that this is either Market Archer or this is I could just Spine. I'm not really ramping anywhere at the moment. Suggests to me that this is Market Archer or this is Rage Archer. It's not a traditional mid-range package, unless this is just like a really bad draw from him. So we're going to try to push a little bit of damage. You know, you're on the same plan as a lot of Scout decks go as far as Soul Tearing Back Giant Bat, it would appear.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Okay. It's probably a curse then. Shadow Shift.
My scales move in shadow. My scales move in shadow.
So I think I just Giant Bat into that. Yeah. And let's
my scales move in shadow.
let's hit a prophecy. Let's do that. And then
we'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Just Giant Bat into that. Okay, so our opponent's up on cards by quite a bit. What do we need to draw?
The day is mine.
Let's heat things up.
With a Skaven Pyromancer. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Preserve the Root's good. But I don't mind if he wants to swing for 5 here. That seems okay with me. We did forget to swing there. I don't mind if he swings for 5 though. I doubt he does, but he might. Complete a contract into Eclipse Baroness.
Let's go then.
So this is some sort of Archer control deck.
I'll kill you where you stand.
The day is mine.
And he goes ahead and swings, okay? We don't have anything this beefs up right now. So I think we're just going to silence this. Get that off the table.
My scales
Swing
move in shadow.
I guess we kind of want to play Moonlight Werebat so that we can beef it up with the Shadow Green Elder. Get some value off that. But Preserve of the Root feels better too. I think I'll wait on the Werebat. This just feels like a more reasonable play, more reasonable line at this point. And there's the belligerent giant. Okay.
The day is mine.
I'll kill you while you stare.
Okay. You have a one-cost card. Alright, let's lay that down. Farted Gar.
Mother of mud.
Now, how do we deal with this if he rages it next turn? We're going to take 15, or 13, I'm sorry. Let's just hope he doesn't have any lane change effects. We'll give this guard...
My scale.
So, a couple things could happen. He could not have rage, and then we could play Shadow Green Elder and maybe win. We did Moonlight Werebat off the Prophecy. Because right now, this will give 6 total, +6/+6 to my board, which is pretty great. This is a contingency against a charge creature, for instance. Archer's Gambit. Okay. And then Rage. No, then Vigilant Giant. Wow. Okay. Well, I can play both of these. Sanctuary Pet discounted, right. Well, that's frustrating. There's a Pureblood Elder. What's our best move here? What if we swing... What if we... Instant Prophecy from our opponent.
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Alright. Take 8 from this now. Our opponent's Prophecy game is strong.
They dare face the Blade Mistress of Phelan.
Bannock's good against us. Can't hit a Prophecy to save our life.
If I fall,
literally to save our life. I don't know that there's a way out of this, unfortunately.
If I fall, the hist will reclaim. I will protect the hist. I smell blood on the wind.
So, I think this keeps us alive, barring
It has
rage.
been an engaging hunt.
Right. Okay, so we lost to Archer Control in our first match. Deck didn't seem to really be fast enough to beat a control deck, and we'll see what happens. We will be back for another one in just a second. We're right back for another one with JT's Animal Scout deck. Just sort of a mid-range beatdown with a ramp backup plan. Parthenax being the big guy at the end, and looking to grab most of our value from these Shadow Gleam Elders onto the animals and the Spriggans we're running. Mahoney 140, the Kingslayer, is our opponent. Let's see what they're rocking today. Mahoney is packing Archer as well, just like our last opponent. We'll throw back Solitaire. It's not a bad hand. See what they're rocking. I haven't played a lot in the last few weeks, so maybe Archer is the new hotness. I understand it's very difficult to decide how many of your Goblin Skulks you keep. Or maybe we're no longer in the Goblin Skulk. Is great in Archer meta, and we're doing something different now. We'll find out shortly. Alright, so there's a giant bat. We'll just drop down
What have
Thieves
we
Guild
here?
Recruit onto a Murkwater Witch. This is eerily similar to our last game's opening hand, which would have been great against classic mid-range archer, but might not be good enough against decks running things like Eclipse Baroness. There's a nimble ally.
Ifra stands with me.
And it triggers. We will try to oppose
My
it with a
scales.
Fighter's
If I
Guild
shadow,
recruit.
the hist will
See if he
reclaim
has a
me.
lane change effect, a ping effect, a witch effect, a curse, you know, any number of things that could stomp this. Next turn we got a couple of good options though. Might just silence it. I mean, the odds of this working are really slim, I have to imagine. So what are we learning? It seems to me like the way the deck's set up, we should be trying to beat down as much as possible. Barring, like, against a Prophecy deck where we want to establish complete board dominance. Which is going to be difficult, I imagine. I mean, I'm really missing, like, Dark Guardian. Not that it would be good here. We'll see, though. See what my honey's got going on.
If I fall, the hist will reclaim me.
Okay, we can punish this play. We can definitely punish this play. Let's draw a card
What have we
first.
here?
Awesome.
My scales move in
Now the
shadow.
question becomes like, how greedy are we? I
My
think we should be
scales
responsible.
move in
He didn't have an answer this turn, but I don't need to deal with that later. It's too bad we don't have a Argonian Lord. Right now I'm suffering from reptile dysfunction. We got a couple good options for next turn, though.
I do love a good fight.
Sure, Deshaun Avenger. No, I could Thorn Hiss Mage. Like, what are the, I suppose the odds are that if I Thorn Hiss Mage, he swings and Leaf Lurkers, which is real bad, right? It's gotta be bad. A Shadowfen Priest, he swings into this probably, it goes for the greed play. Or, I mean, I do like the idea of ramping. I think we just want to try to shut him down. I can't help but be a control player at heart.
You must be cleansed. My scales
And,
move in shadow.
I like this the most. Alright. So, don't mind a Curse or a Leaf Lurker. Murkwater Witch would be pretty good for him here. It does mean we don't have an answer to Murkwater Shaman. Or any number of irritating things he could do next turn, but I think we're heading the right direction. And the magic cost of the cards in our hand is a little awkward. We can't play more than one thing next turn. No beasts on board, no animals on board for our elder buff.
Come dance with death.
Really? I wonder if he just has the world's worst hand. Maybe it's 3 Eclipse Baronesses.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
What? That doesn't honestly make any sense to me, but I swing.
Mother of mine. If I fall, the hist will reclaim me. I would protect.
We're not getting
the hist.
raged next turn, right? Because this is like the world's worst rage. I guess a rage plus a curse could clear this lane. But I think that'd be okay. I mean, I just giant bat into that thing. This play doesn't make any sense to me.
The day is mine!
The forest is my cloak.
Sure. So he did have a leaf foot
They make it too
and a
easy.
daring cut burst. So, how do I feel about werebat, giant bat, bats for everyone? Alternatively, just Thorn Mage seems good. I would prefer to play two things, which would mean this is my only option. But should I start beating down? Not yet, I don't think. I'm not sure how to play this deck. I mean, that's why I'm doing these videos, you know, we learn together. Maybe if he just doesn't have... I mean, he's been wantonly using his silence effects and his finish off effects, right? Like in sort of like subpar targets, which says that he has more of them. But this says this is an aggressive deck that's just been off to a horrible start. Just gonna roll like this. Do you run Unstoppable Rage in the same deck you run Daring Cutburst? It's an interesting question. My play there is basically like, I need more information. That's what I'm trying to get here. At some point, though, I need to just start attacking. I got 11 damage in the right-hand lane. Next turn is probably the turn for that. It might have been correct, actually, to play Thorn Mage last turn. And, I guess we're about to see if this is a belligerent giant, then I screwed up somewhere.
Dumark, take you!
Really? Shadowmere? I love Shadow Meme. Nay. Celine just turned her back on me, and Sandra laughed at me. It's a rough day at the Larson house. Soul Rest Marshall.
I bring reinforcements.
Really? Wow, I haven't seen this
I
in a
bring
while.
reinforcements.
I forgot how great that was.
Let's heat things up.
Really? Oh, wow. About to get some pretty great value. I know I'm going to regret this, but there we go. What do you got, buddy?
If I fall, the hiss will return.
That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal.
Shadow.
Alright. The good old Soul Rest Marshal and a Soul Rest Marshal. It's still just as good as it ever was, really. It's just that now there's more broken things you can do. Oh, that was unfortunate. Been hitting a lot of prophecies. Yeah.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Chaos.
You have another guard creature?
They cannot hope to outwit
House
me.
Kinsman. So I swing into House Kinsman, right? So I can try to draw a card. Hit a prophecy, maybe? Water Witch.
The hist provides. If I fall, the hist will reclaim. My scales move in shadow.
Alright, that looks pretty good. I mean, if that last card, Soul Rest Marshal, like, who cares, right? It's only if it's Triumphant Jarl that it's a problem. And right now, that other card needs to deal with what's on board. The card he just drew to make his Triumphant Jarl worth
There are
it.
ill winds this day.
Okay, Dune Smuggler will do just that. I swear to God, if this is Triumphant Jarl, I'll be very sad.
Chaos.
Oh, there's Shadowmare. That works. Okay, so we actually got some great plays here. We can't play Wild Beast Caller, unfortunately, but we can do this.
My scales move in shadow.
And this. And this.
Scales move in shadow.
And this.
Chaos take
And our last card is what? Unstoppable Rage? I mean, if you wouldn't play it last turn, it's either Elena Banach or Unstoppable Rage, right? This card right here. Maybe Snake Tooth Necklace. Rapid Shot. Okay. It's Tazcat. Fair enough. Fair enough.
chaos.
Alright, that has Breakthrough. That's something to keep in mind. This could summon a beast that kills us. If it would do 2 damage to us. So we have to swing first. Right, prize chicken.
The
Alright, this puts us to 1.
Chaos take you.
I need another Shadowmare. Okay. One feels... Are you kidding me that you top deck Bone Bow? So we would have lost if we played Nahagleaf, but I mean, like, good lord, dude. Alright, well, we'll be back for at least one more game with this deck. Alright, back for our 3rd game with Jaytee's Scout. Jaytee's Animal Scout ramp deck. So far, we've lost to 2 Archer decks. We got Experience the Joy of Soul Rest Marshal into Soul Rest Marshal. It's just a whole lot of people going face. That's alright. We'll see if we can't snag a win here. Against Interitus Rex the Prophet. We are in the Serpent now, by the way. And our opponent is Rockin' Battle Mage. Keeping Moonlight Werebat. Go Thieves Guild, Moonlight. Let's see if this is a deck we can beat.
Greetings.
Howdy.
Greetings.
Okay. There's a Thorn Hist Mage.
What have we here?
Okay, we got a discounted Pureblood Elder, which is kind of nice. At 5, that's pretty insane value. And our opponent is apparently not playing Prophecy
What have
Battle
we
Mage.
here?
Or they have
My
the worst hand ever.
scales move in shadow.
So do we just go Histgrove Pureblood Thorn for like the just nuttiest ramp opener possible?
Let's shed some light on the problem.
Some kind of control deck maybe? No, obviously we're not playing Moonlight Werebat.
My scales move in shadow.
So now the question becomes, how does this deck deal with an 8-8 or a 16-16?
I have you now.
Looking to make a purchase?
Alright. Well, we'll find out soon.
I smell blood on the wind.
He could bounce it to my hand. He could silence it. Let's find out. Because we about to go off, boys. The first
The
time I've
forest
ever
will
played this
not
card.
suffer
Okay,
your
so he silenced it.
I have you now.
Still pushing that damage, though. There's Soul Tear.
Hands off my wares!
Sure. So we can Thorn Hist Mage.
The hist revives. I feel alive.
And Murkwater Witch. Not letting us do our ramp thing, but we still played a 5 Magicka 8-8. Which is pretty good, I understand. Next turn we can Tazcat if we have to. We can Soul Tear back a Thieves Guild recruit, which doesn't seem like generally what we're trying to do. He could swing an Ice Storm. No, he's not Cunning Ally.
Let's shed some light on the
Sure.
problem.
So Action Battle Mage. Is that what we're playing against here? Okay. A Harpy on here, sure. So
Thorns and claws.
let's see what we get here. Yeah, Cinch Tiger, alright. I kinda wanna Soul Tear back Thorn Hiss Mage. We'll be at 9 next turn. Play that and Moonlight Werebat. I like that. Since I think the key to winning this matchup is going to be beating a control deck, maybe a control deck playing Atromancer. I imagine Moonlight Werebat gets struck with a removal spell. I know he still has one of those Firebolts. I thought he was going to use it there actually, but he did not. Perhaps this is a Merrick player. So I Thorn Hiss Mage next turn, and then I reanimate Pure Blood Elder, perhaps? Because I can't play it and reanimate it next turn. I could just play another Wild Beast Caller. Sure. Or just ramp. I'm gonna do this. Merchant's Camel. What do I got on board? Oh man, I got a lot of beasts and stuff. We'll take that. Plus, giant bat in the discard pile is where you want it, right?
The waters of life.
Okay. This is definitely interesting. This is the most interesting game I've played with this deck so far.
The elements are mine to control.
Yeah,
Let's heat things up.
sure. Old school Battle Mage tech. It's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. Could Tazcat one of them down? That doesn't seem great.
Nicely done.
Alright, Beast Mode online. So even if he starts making more Frost Atronox, like, we're good, right? We got Tazcat in hand. We have 14 on the right with 6 burst in hand. And we can reanimate with a +2/+2 on a giant bat. Seems pretty sweet. Let's get out of the Serpent.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Yep. What are we worried about? We're worried about Endural Archmage.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Okay, on the way back, yeah.
The elements are mine to
Still
control.
dead if you're not going to make none of those things. What's the best way to do this? Doesn't matter. 11, 6. Alright, he's dead like a dozen ways. Sweet. Alright, so
Fought well.
we will be right back. We'll get this deck one more game. Let's get our rewards first. I know people like to see those rewards. We've earned them making our way to the Serpent. We're gonna get to legend with use these decks you all submitted, so. Be right back. Okie dokie, so here we go. Jaytee's Animal Scout ramp deck. We got to finally enjoy some crazy value off of our Spriggan Lord. We got Shadowmere value already in some games. We're having fun and we're playing something a little different. And I like it. Let's see what our next game brings us. All this week we're playing decks that you all submitted. And this is the first one we were recording, and I'm having some fun. It's always good times to learn to play a deck as you go, and as you can tell watching these videos, I'm sure there's a little bit of a curve to me figuring it out. Hamilcar 86 is our opponent this time. They are playing Warrior. I like this hand quite a bit. I got a Thieves Guild Recruit. I got a Brynwolf. Obviously my play next turn is Thieves Guild. I'd love to get a discount again on a Pureblood Elder. That was pretty spicy when I got that. Let's just drop that. And maybe we go Treeminder into Brynwolf. Seems like it could be good. Brynwolf, of course, synergizes
We'll
with
see
Giant
how they
Bat,
like someone who
which is
fights
kind
back.
of cool. Alright, we'll just Treeminder. Just a little Treeminder. And then we'll play Brynwolf. Really excited to get this guy into play.
Can you please help me?
Little girl.
As long as I draw breath.
What do we do about little girl? Oh, well we tell her to shut up. Stop talking. Alright. Nice 0-2 you got there. Be a shame if anything happened to it.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Damn. Fair enough, bro. Let's get... See, I'm passing the point where Brynwolf is good, because now I want to play Wild Beast Caller. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to kill the little girl because we know he runs at least Morkel Gatekeeper to buff it up later.
I am a child of darkness.
Right, this is unstoppable rage deck. That sucks. Let's...
Mother of Mud.
That is unfortunate. We can kill it next turn, even if he rages next turn, because we can hit it for 5 with this. I'm not super thrilled by the prospect of that being my play, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, rage on, good sir. Rage on. Get ourselves like 6 for 1 here. We deserve it. We deserve it. I think he has the rage. He's trying to decide if it's worth it. It's a fair question. I mean, 6 will pay 4 will push through. Okay, so he's just so even if he.
For the glory of the Orsimer.
Oh man, that's a really good card that I need to kill. Oh, these giant bats. Endless giant bats. Okay. Spine of Elder's Blood. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is he gonna unstoppable rage here? We're approaching a point where I'm gonna get mad value from my Shadow Green Elder. Next turn I can Giant Bat and Shadow Green. 1, 2, 3, 4 giant bats already on the scene. Commissioner Gordon put the the spotlight up, and I just had no choice. Okay. Sure. Alright, so yeah, let's just start batting around. Sweet. So we can get some crazy value. I mean, he'll get a lot of value out of an unstoppable rage here, but we're coming at him for lethal next turn with a shadow green plus giant bat plus spine. And honestly, I really want to play another shadow green so I can just like make sure that the penguin knows to stop coming around Gotham. What you got, Hamilcar? Got their rage. Still dead without a guard
The
creature.
longer the odds, the sweeter the victory.
Sweet. So I don't think there's any way. Midnight sweep would keep him alive. Oh man, is it midnight sweep?
Close ranks.
Oh,
Let
it's not. I'm
nothing
sorry.
through.
Dude. That's a bummer. There we go. That was 4 giant bats. 2 of which started in the did not start in the deck. Maybe 3. I can't even remember. Alright, so conclusions we've drawn. As I kept playing, I got better at playing with the deck, and I enjoyed it. Elder Green Elder? What is that card called? Shadow Green Elder is a lot of fun to play with, and I'm always a fan of seeing Shadowmere being played too. You know, it takes some of the ideas from the classic Ramp Scout deck that's out there right now and play some underplayed cards, and I can definitely appreciate that. Didn't get to do any Infinite Parthenax looping or anything particularly stupid with Solitaire, but I think we had a lot of fun. So, anyway, JT, thank you very much for the deck. There's my thumb. I'll see you guys all on the ladder. Bye-bye.